We're back.
Back
with the new menu.
Rolling out for spring. First thing, roasted asparagus salad. So we take asparagus, we roast it with miso butter, which is going to give it like some nice umami. And then we take a ball of burrata cheese, which is a form of mozzarella. That gets broken up over top. We got some croutons, some rendered guanciale. Guanciale is like the jowl of the pig, and then it's made into similar to like a bacon. And then that is rendered, and then we crumble that on top. And then we take egg yolk and dry cure it in salt, which is a similar technique, something called botarga, which is usually made with fish. But we use that technique on the egg yolk, and then we can take it and we grate it over top, so it adds a little bit of salty but like buttery richness of the yolk on there.
Yes.
And that finishes that dish off.
I don't have a fork.
Yeah.
I need a fork. Let me just get a fork. Just in case you want to partake. There's a fork
I'm
for
good.
you too. You've tried it all about 5,000 times, right? All right, you keep going. I'm going to try this asparagus.
Next we have our mussels. So these are Prince Edward Island mussels. We're sauteing those up with some heirloom tomatoes, some shaved fennel, and then it gets some pickled mustard. We make a stock out of leeks, which we use a lot of leeks and everything else, and we take all the bits and the pieces that we're not using, and we make a stock out of it. So that's the broth base. Some white wine, the fronds of the tops of the fennel go in there for some garnish, and then we take some mustard seed and we pickle them. And then that's also going there, some garnish, and then some crostini to sop up all that good juice at the bottom.
Hell yeah.
This is our pork belly dish. So this is actually a sous vide pork belly. We take that and we actually deep fry it. So you get all that nice crunchy, and it stays nice and soft on the inside. Underneath is a puree of roasted carrot and garlic and orange. So just a touch of citrus kind of underneath that.
Oh yeah.
And then the glaze that you see on there is a gochujang gastrique. So some vinegar, some sweet, some heat. That kind of finishes that off.
I got a little bit of that heat right off the rip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The caramelized leek and shallot on top. That's going to add some more sweetness and some kind of roasted depth. Yeah. You eat about 10 of those.
Yeah, seriously.
And then when we get into our entrees, I'll start on that side. So this is an asparagus risotto. This we're making a puree with the asparagus that we're not utilizing in that dish, and then some avocado as well. So that's going to add to the green, but it's also going to add to the richness of the risotto and give it some like depth and stuff. On top is baby sea scallops, lobster, which there's tail and leg meat in that, and then mussels. Same mussels that are in this dish. Mm-hmm. We top it with some fennel pollen, which fennel pollen, it's literally what it sounds like. It's the pollen from the fennel plant. It's really aromatic. It's got like some really cool like floral notes to it. So that kind of rounds that dish off, but it's super kind of simple, but like seafood lover paradise at that one.
Your haven, if you will.
Yeah. Duck breast. So we use a moulard duck, which it's the same duck that they use for.
Was that Darkwing? Was Darkwing?
Darkwing, yeah. I don't think you're allowed to eat those. But we take that. It's more of an aged duck. It's the duck that they use to harvest foie gras. So they're really big ducks, animals. They're more. So that duck is more steaky. It's more more like red meat than it is almost duck. Where you get Peking duck, it's a little bit more.
It tastes like a piece of steak.
Delicate, yeah. I mean, it eats so well, and it's my favorite breast. Like that's the only duck breast that we really ever use, just because it's so good. Underneath is a saute of farro. We kind of mimic a risotto style with that. So it's got cream and it's got mushroom and it's got
farro.
Farro. It's an ancient grain, similar to like a barley almost.
That's what I thought it was. Okay.
So we take that and we do some leeks in there with mushroom. The duck goes on there, and then the grapes that are on there are pickled grapes, actually.
I like the grape.
Add like some pop, some acidity, and then
it's a whole new world with a piece of grape in there.
That's new for us too, honestly. So this is the first that we've done. And then we do a little bit of watercress puree, so that's going to add some of that like peppery notes, some nice bitterness actually to kind of offset some of that, and then the fresh tarragon on top. So this is kind of a twist on a classical French dish called Veronique, which means with grapes. So technically, that sauce is usually made with grapes and tarragon and cream and that kind of stuff. So this is kind of like in a way, a deconstructed version of that kind of classic. That was
my
sauce.
favorite so far. If anyone's keeping track,
Yeah, right.
That one's my favorite.
Halibut, one of my favorites. Kind of coming into season right now. This is always something that we kind of keep on the menu in the spring. Just kind of signals like, hey, it's time for new menu.
It's like you gave a welcoming wreath
to
spring
I know, right?
with this dish.
You can tell there's some green theme going on. So underneath that is pea puree. Move this
Show the
around here.
people.
Yeah, buddy. So there's a sweet pea puree that goes underneath, and then the potatoes on there, they're called fondant potatoes. So they are kind of mimic and almost look like a scallop.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were.
A lot of people will think that, and they'll be like, oh, those are scallops. No, that's actually a Yukon Gold potato. So we sear the one side, and then the other side is we cook it in like chicken stock. So it's almost like braised potato, and it gets that kind of like stewy potato flavor. Snap peas, some pea shoots. You get a little bit of truffle oil around there as well, and then lemon zest to finish it off.
That's very fresh.
But that halibut is, it's just one of my favorite fish. It's super rich, it's buttery, it's flaky, it's like everything you want in fish. So we always will try to bring halibut in for that. So,
Rightfully so.
yeah. Next we have our pork cheek crepinette. So crepinette is a technique in which a pulled meat, like a pork cheek like this, is contained within caul fat, which is it's almost like a sausage casing, but it's like a membrane that we use to kind of keep everything together. So we make those, we braise that down. It's braised in a mojo sauce. And then we have some stewed fresh black beans. Those we get in dry. We hydrate them, and then we stew them down for a while. And then underneath here, this is our arepa. It's like a masa cake, like a corn cake.
Okay. Oh, I missed it.
Underneath.
Oh, there they are.
It's hiding. And then you have some burnt segments of orange there, and then the red mojo rojo sauce on
orange
top.
Guy.
But yeah, super.
Mojo rojo.
Pork cheek is like it's like the dark meat of the pig. So it's kind of a little bit more beefy in flavor. I've had people think that it's actually beef and not pork, and to tell them no, it's just because it's dark, the dark meat of the pig, and those cheeks, they're just so tender, and they just fall apart.
That's so good. All that together,
you get one bite.
Chefness when
you get one bite.
It's like a journey.
Yeah, it's awesome. This dish here, this is a gigante pasta, so it's like a version of a tortellini, but on steroids. So it's really.
Why
big.
is it called gigante? I don't know.
Right? But inside that is a filling of asparagus and ricotta. Then on top, we have braised lamb that we take. We saute that with peas and asparagus and morel mushrooms, which spring is always, we always bring in some morels too for that kind of marking of one of those spring things that we like to feature that's indigenous to Ohio. And then we use demi-glace, which is basically our reduced veal stock. We garnish it with a little bit of goat cheese, and then we do lemon zest on top, a little bit of pea tendrils to kind of garnish it. And
as a guy who hates peas, it's amazing.
This is one of our staple kind of. We always bring this dish back in some variation, some form.
Yeah.
And this one seems to stick. It goes over really well.
That's really good.
So desserts, we have our carrot cake.
This reminds me of the Flintstones, but I think it's because of the plate, right?
Probably, yeah. Carrot cake here. Underneath is basically like a carrot sauce. We take carrot juice and sugar, kind of reduce that down to make like a glaze almost. We soak some golden raisins in rum, so you kind of get that rum raisin flavor, and then some candied orange on top. The frosting is mascarpone with ginger. So really simple, but just super popping.
You can feel when you
with
cut
flavor.
into
How
dense that is.
It's super rich and moist, and that's one of my favorites. So
look at that thing.
It's killer.
Wow. No, that's really good.
Yeah. And then this one is kind of a twist on we wanted to do something chocolate, so we made a chocolate meringue.
Pass that over here so I
It
can
kind of
pull that
looks.
up. Look at this thing.
It kind of looks like a. It's unassuming because it kind of looks like a rock. When you break that thing open, it's like super dark chocolate color. We have a banana creme anglaise that we're doing with that.
Should we just get in here like this?
Yeah, you can just crack it.
Oh yeah, I think I was a little too aggressive with it, but I think we got the point.
It's delicate, but yeah.
So we got to get a little bit of this.
Peanut sauce here, and then we
Uh-huh.
have some caramel, and then we have some bruleed banana, where we take some sugar, we put over top, just like a creme brulee. We just kind of get that kind of hard sugar crust on top of it. So it's super good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of those dishes.
It's almost like a brownie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like sometimes you get a dish that's so rich you don't feel like you can eat the whole thing. I could probably eat the
You're
whole
gonna slam
thing.
it, yeah.
Because it's like it's rich without being overwhelmingly rich.
It is. That's why it's like it feels like it would be
Yeah.
heavy, but that meringue is so light that.
I could I could eat
yeah.
this on the way home.
And the cool thing about like that's a gluten-free dessert,
Oh, hey.
right? So
What?
I mean,
What?
we try to keep that in mind all the time. So
No gluten.
Yeah, buddy. But I mean, you would think that there would be in that
Yeah,
the
that
way
looks
that
like it's
that
packed-
texture.
It
Yeah.
feels like it is gluten.
Yeah.
Like if you put gluten in the dictionary, the picture of this is there.
It should be there, but it's
But
not.
it's not.
Yeah. So that's it, man. I mean,
Chef looks great.
much more on the menu that we didn't do, but
Mm-hmm.
that just means you have to come in and get it,
Exactly. Find the rest.
right? Awesome.
Cool. Thank you, brother.
All right, man.
Appreciate you.
it.